Hello Year 6, welcome to Monday's maths video. So hopefully you've all had your packs delivered now, your brand new ones, but you should still have your pack from our bubble closure before Christmas. So you'll notice in your new pack that you've got a different maths book this time, and it's called a Year 6 stretch one, because I want to make sure you're all challenged. But we are going to still be using this one for a little bit, because we haven't completed it. You shouldn't really have done everything in this book yet. So we're going to do a few more pages in this one first, and then we'll move on to the other one afterwards. So make sure you found your workout Year 6 book, the one that's got a black front for this week and for a few lessons. So today, the pages that we're going to do are pages 17 and 18. Okay, now you will see that those pages are about estimating. So estimating, we haven't really done it in school, but we have done rounding in school. So you can use the rounding to help you with your work today. So estimating basically means an educated guess. So it's a guess, but we're going to use what we know to help us make that guess. It's not just a random number we pluck out of the air. Okay, it's as close as we can get without doing written working out. So the first question then is just some practicing of rounding. So I'm going to go over rounding because it's been a while since we've done it. So question 1 says round the numbers in the table to the value shown in each column. So your first number is 2,328. Okay, and you've got to round this number to the nearest 10, to the nearest 100 and to the nearest 1,000. Okay, so the trick with rounding is make sure you're looking at the right digit. So if we're rounding to the nearest 10, I know my tens digit is the 2. Okay, so to figure out whether this needs to change, I need to look at the digit next to it. Okay, so the 8 is going to make it round up. It's going to send it up. Because when we're rounding, if a number is a 5 or above, we go up. If it's below 5, then it stays the same. Okay, so because this one is above 5, this 2 is going to go up to 3. Okay, so 2,328 rounded to the nearest 10 would be 2,330. Okay, to round to the nearest 100 then, we need to find the hundreds digit first. So my hundreds digit in this one is my 3, and then I need to use the digit next to it. So this is lower than 5, isn't it, if it's 2? So because it's lower than 5, this is going to stay the same, okay? So it's going to stay as a 3, but after the 3, I'm just going to have zeros because I'm rounding to the nearest 100, so I need to have 100 there, if that makes sense. So your answer to the nearest 100 would be 2,300, okay? And then the same for thousands. If you're rounding to the nearest 1,000, you'd look at your thousands number. This is smaller than 5, so to the nearest 1,000, that would be 2,000, okay? On question 2 then, it says estimate the answers to these calculations. So remember, we're estimating. You haven't got to just know the answer. You haven't got to do column addition or column subtraction. You've just got to use what you know. So 199 add 503. Okay, I'll just write that one down. Okay, so I know that 199 is pretty close to 200. So I'm going to use 200 instead. And I know that 503 is pretty close to 500. Okay, and now I can do it mentally. Okay, because I know what 500 add 200 is. Okay, so my estimated answer to that one would be 700. Okay, it's not the exact answer, it's my estimated answer. It's pretty close, and I know it's pretty close because that's pretty close to 200 and that's pretty close to 500. Okay, on question 3 then it says write down a number that is approximately 1/4 of the number shown. So remember, change it again, so go to what you know it's close to. So 482, I'm going to round that to the nearest 10, and I'm going to round that to 480, okay, because that's quite a nice round number. Now to find a quarter, we either need to divide it by 4 or we need to half it and half it again. okay? So 480, I know 480 divided by 4 is going to be 120, okay? So that's my close answer, yeah? So for example, B, 101, change it to 100, and then you can find it. On number 4 then, it's more practice of rounding to the nearest 100. So remember, go to your hundreds digit and then look at your tens digit to help you work out whether you need to go up or stay the same. Okay, so that's page 17. Turn over for page 18. On question 1, it's a multiple choice question, so you've got 4 options to choose from for your answer, but don't just guess. You need to estimate and work it out and then find the closest one. So A is 11.22 times 9.4. Okay, so I'm going to round them both so they're whole numbers because I prefer to work with whole numbers. So 11.22 rounded to the nearest whole number would be 11. Okay, because the 2, the number after the decimal point, the 2 is smaller than 5, so it's going to stay the same. It's going to stay as 11. And same for 9.4. Yeah, so the number after my decimal point is 4, so that's smaller than 5, so it's going to stay the same. Okay, and now I can work out what 11 times 9 is in my head. Okay, and then you can work out which one is closest to your answer. Okay, on question 2 then, it's more rounding but with decimal numbers. Okay, so I'll just write the first one down. So we've got 1.0029 and we're rounding to a certain amount of decimal places and then to the nearest whole number. Okay, so it's very similar to how we were rounding before. So if we're rounding to 3 decimal places, that means there's going to be 3 numbers after my decimal point. At the moment, there's 4. So this number is to 4 decimal places. Okay, so if we're rounding to 3 decimal places, I need to go to my 3rd number after my decimal point, which is my 2. And just like we were doing before, look at the number next to it. So this is a 9, so that's bigger than 5, so that's going to make this go up. Okay, so this one to 3 decimal places would be 1.003. Okay, so that's to 3 decimal places. Now the next one is to 2 decimal places, so we're getting smaller. So if we're going to 2 decimal places, then we need to look at the number, the second one after our decimal point, and then look at the next number to help us. So this is smaller than 5, so this is just going to stay the same. So this number to 2 decimal places would be 1.00. Yeah? And remember, we don't need the other numbers, these 2, because we're just doing it to 2 decimal places. And then do the same for 1 decimal place. So you move along, look at your 1 decimal place number, use this one to help you, so that one would just be 1.0. Yeah? If you're going to the nearest whole number then, you just really need to use the number after your decimal point. Okay? Because this is my whole number. So at the moment it's 1.0029, so I need to use the 0 to help me. So the 0 is smaller than 5, so it's going to stay as 1. Yeah? So it's closer to 1 than it is to 2. So that one to 1 decimal place, to a whole number would be 1. If, for example, you're doing this one, 9.8738, though it's going to be slightly different, you need to look at the 8. The 8 is bigger than 5, so that's going to make it go up. So the next number after 9 is 10. So this one as a whole number would be 10. Okay? On question 3 then, it says estimate these divisions by finding the closest whole numbers the answers lie between. So you shouldn't have any decimal points in your answers because it's only asking for whole numbers. So again, round it. So 7.8 to the nearest whole number is 8. Okay? So then you need to have a go at doing 8 divided by 5. I know that's going to be quite tricky, but then whatever your answer is, so say for example your answer is 5.8, then that's between 5 and 6, isn't it? Okay. On question 4 then, use rounding to estimate the answers to these calculations. So a bit like what you've been doing. So 399 times 9, I don't know about you, but I don't know the answer to that. So I'd change 399 to 400, and then do 400 times 9. And for that, you can just do 4 times 9 and add your zeros on, can't you? Okay, so remember, these are all estimations. So you're not expected to know the exact answer. Okay, so you've just got to get as close as you can with using what you know. Okay, so if you're struggling with anything, because I know it is quite tricky, please email me on year_6@sandonprimary.org.uk and I am happy to help. I'll send you some tips or a bit more of an explanation. And remember, the expectation is that you send us a picture of your work every single day. So I'm looking forward to receiving your maths pictures. See you soon.